Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for the crypto neo news, education, and opportunities. My name is Lucas.
My name is Ryan.
And
I'm Matt.
and this is Matt. We have a special guest. So we have as you know, we have this educational content. We've got news, education, and opportunities. Matt's here to talk to us about a project that he's leading. Of course, we like to talk about validators. We've got a whole playlist dedicated to validators, and that is really, it's the backbone. It's what miners are to Bitcoin. Validators are to proof of stake networks. We talk about the IBC, one of our favorite, the inter blockchain communication network, because of the innovation that's happening. And Matt, you guys are really behind a lot of this innovation. What you guys are doing is part of it. We're seeing so many different blockchains and people coming up with ideas to build in the IBC. And what you guys are doing as validators are helping that out with the IBC and more. So I'm excited about that. I am going to remind everybody, this is not marital advice, medical advice, commercial advice, legal advice, or financial advice. It's just educational, entertainment information. We're sharing our research and our understanding of what's developing in blockchain and crypto. We've got nifty little playlists here, secret NFTs, how to get involved with the IBC and download a wallet so you know how to stake, send, and receive. And yeah, we've got some stuff on what's going on in the world at large. Ryan, you know a little bit about that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have our macro outlook series where we look at the Fed, monetary policy, geopolitical issues, and draw all back, to what's going on with the crypto markets and financial markets at large. So that's been a busy series for us because there's been so much happening in the world. So look out for another one of those soon.
So is airdrops and opportunities and NFTs, which, Matt, you got some stuff to talk about NFTs. And when it comes to macro outlook, let's just get it out there. Around the world for a long time, one of the big topics is energy consumption and how much we consume and where our energy consumption is coming from and what we can do alternative to offset, maybe, so we don't cause as much damage to the environment while still producing for our needs. And at the forefront of that, in the world of blockchain and crypto, there's a small little group called Sunshine Validation. Why don't you let the world know a little bit about what you guys are doing?
All right, so we are a validator currently on Chihuahua, and we're also on Osmo right now. And what we do is we install small scale solar around in order to make up for the power that we're using by running our servers. And then we meter that power to show we're going to be metering that power to show publicly how many kilowatt hours we're using, and also show what our carbon usage or our carbon footprint is. Bubbling here.
The video's chopping up a little bit. I'm adding another tab because I wanted to show people the two different blockchains, because you're already validating for osmosis in Chihuahua, right?
Yeah, we're currently validating for osmosis in Chihuahua right now, and we are also going to be validating on Regen, which is part of our new project that we're doing, which is an NFT project.
Very cool. Oh, and that's the one. That's what I was also going to say. NFTs are a big deal too. And in crypto, people want to know about NFTs. And we love talking about NFTs with utility, or NFTs that are to provide a service or to do something other than just artwork on the blockchain. And you guys have some utility. You guys have an idea of what you can do to make the world a better place. Open just out there about my bias. I have a background in permaculture and sustainable living design, and I love hands-on work. In fact, if you're in a permaculture farm and you're watching this video and you're like, man, I sure could use some crypto knowledge, and you've got some space, I sure love getting back into permaculture and those opportunities. So drop a line. But as far as sustainable living, can you tell people a little bit about your NFT project and the idea behind it? What people can
Sure. So our NFT project is called the Kilowatts. It's a really fun project. What we're doing is we're minting roughly 400 kilowatts. The might be changing right now as we're just about to officially launch the project. And what you get out of the project, first of all, is access to our Discord group and being part of what's called the Kilowatt Council. And so the first task of the Kilowatt Council is going to be to vote on a certain agricultural project that uses good land use techniques. And you're voting on which project is going to receive a solar unit that's going to use that they're going to derive 100% of their power use from. Once it's voted on, we have a professional solar company here that's going to be going to install it for them. And the companies that are running the farm have submitted videos to us that everyone's going to be able to watch and decide which farm they think deserves the solar the most based on their project. Then after that, we're going to be sitting in the inactive set for Regen going into Mint. And after Mint, we're going to be aiming to be in the active set at that point. And 50% of our Regen validator is going to be, or the income coming from the Regen validator is going to be distributed to the Kilowatt Council. So the people who are holding the NFTs. And we're hoping, although it's a democracy when you're in a group like this. So what we're hoping is that the people who want to be part of the kilowatts are interested in basically making the Cosmos ecosystem more green, and that the money that's going back to the Kilowatt Council will be used to invest in other projects from the kilowatts as well.
That's awesome. So right now you're on Osmo and Chihuahua, coming to Regen, is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to be coming to Regen. We're just finishing off our validator and dealing with the servers right now.
Very cool. You know, we were talking earlier before we started the video, and I thought it was such an interesting point so I'd like to make it again, right?
Do it.
And I know we all have a background in economics. That was something that was kind of a news to me when we have a lot of these interviews, and it's very rare we meet people that have economic backgrounds. So that was a plus. Yeah, I mean, you hear about it, but it's not like, I think it gets thrown out there, but then when you talk to somebody, like, well, how much of background do you really have?
Sure, I feel like I come across it like a fair bit, but it might just be my circle, maybe.
Could be
in school, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a jargon. It's just a jargon.
Yeah.
When you find someone else that knows the same jargon, it's just fun to be able to speak the same language.
And we all make assumptions and have fun.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully we make them explicit. Not smuggle them in, right?
Right.
Yeah. But one of the things that I find so fascinating about this is that the problem with externalities, energy markets and energy production, and then the externalities is created, seems to be perennial, right? It's always you go back to the Clean Air Act. Back in the previous decades ago, that was they were dealing with those issues. Now we're dealing with global warming, carbon credits, and nations not all agreeing on the same treaties and the same standards, and so how all that shakes out, it's an open question. But one of the stable outcomes, it seems to be, is that so many of the producers aren't internalizing the costs of the full cost of their production, right? And so from a public choice perspective, that looks like a political failure. Market failures are everywhere and well known, but political failures are seems to be more of an esoteric topic. And so looking for a political solution, a top-down solution to some of these ecological problems, not to mention other problems that are seem to be third rails. But so the question is, what do you do? If you want to make progress, you want to see the world a better place. What do you do? And we don't know a priori, right? Like Lucas, you made the great point, is that, none of us know what's the perfect mix of energy production such that we maximize the value in that method and minimize the harm associated with it, and you get on the PPF, if you will, at the opportune place, and maximize utility. We don't really know, but we do know that the context that we're trying to figure this out in seems to be broken, right? There's a small class of special interests that seem to have an ability to game everything. So I go back to Buckminster Fuller and his dictum about, instead of trying to overthrow the system, you try to build something within it to create something that makes that old system obsolete. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I love about your project, is it seems to fill that gap of a kind of DIY solution to something that otherwise, it's a little bit intractable.
Yeah. And it seems like it's just a small idea, like, only at the end of the day, only one farm gets the solar directly from us. But I think it's like proof of a concept that other people maybe can roll with, and that like maybe we have some ideas that we're going to roll with in the future after the proof of concept goes through as well. It's a starting point that shows something can come from it.
It's like a
Exactly.
teacher. You can reach one. If you can just reach one, I mean, that's real results. That's not just one. That's one. That's real. That's real change. That's the beginning. It's the first step to many steps, like you said.
And you reach one, but you all show that whole group that was involved that it was possible. So when like you can scale it up because people said, well, they did it the first time, right? So
sure.
Exactly.
Not to mention, all this is being done through people staking and supporting the IBC network. So what we're talking about is like the future of, instead of a bank taking, certain deposits, that how that system works. We're not even going to explain that in the video right now, but it's not the same as blockchain and proof of stake. Whereas when you lock something up on a proof of stake network, you're actually helping secure the system. You're actually helping the network do what it does. And the validators are there as the modern bankers of its time to hodl it, to hold it for people and put it to use in that security, in that secure feature. So you're providing that, you're doing that. But now people, that's why we have a validator playlist, because now as someone who deposits into their proof of stake bank of whatever on the IBC chain, now you can choose, do I want to dedicate $100 to go towards airdrops? Do I want to dedicate $100 to go towards planting trees and make the world a better place and alternative energy? Do I want to donate $100 towards helping build out a solar farm to a community that's building out? And like Ryan said, we talk about from our econ background, where we nerd out is how can we change it so that the costs are more directly associated to those people that are creating or building out or producing something. And this is another example, that Buckminster Fuller example you said, Ryan. This is it, right? Because y'all aren't appealing to some international board that's giving you a bunch of funding and grants to do this. This is something that you guys created, you built out, and you're sustaining through the IBC. Like, people actually directly support you by validating. Is that correct?
Yes, I would say that more though. It's like as far as the NFT collection part goes, it's more like an idea we had, and then it's like it's the community's project at that point. It's not really our project. We put it out there, and if people accept it, it's something that's everyone's. Like, everyone helped that gets involved help do this, not just us, right?
For the NFT project, absolutely, and it's dynamic so that it's a DAO kind of a feature. I think we were talking about it before the video, but as Regen, you guys are working to add Regen to the blockchain. Yep. They'll be supporting as well. They're doing a lot to plant trees and offset carbon and to do a lot.
I mean, they're incredible, right? It's
like their main thing. And so it's a natural collaboration between you two. And some of the stake rewards, as you guys support that network, will also go to this NFT collection that people can choose. Do we want to build out another solar farm over here, or do we want to use it to help out this community? Is that right? Is that basically it's going to be continued projects possibly?
Yeah, with us, like so for like what Regen is doing, most of their projects are based off of land use carbon sequestration, which is amazing, and for my opinion, like the best projects that are out there, because they don't rely on things like large scale solar farms going.
Hey, you get me out there, brother. You get me out there, brother. I'll be out there with some steel barrel drums making biochar, or I'll make biochar the old fashioned way. Get some banana leaves out there. I'll cover it up. I mean, let's go ham.
You should go look at the Regen project and see what you can add to it if you're this into it. It sounds great for you. But what we're doing that's a bit different. Like, we're going to be offsetting ourselves to the Regen program as well, just because we think it's amazing. Like, we can't help but get in and buy some of the on-chain carbon and retire it with them. It's just an incredible idea. But also on the side, ours is a little bit different because we are using renewable energy as a catalyst instead of just, or not just, but instead of land sequestration for the carbon.
Very cool.
the best ways for people to support you and how they get involved. Let's say the Kilowatt NFT. When is it launching? How much is it going to mint? What are all the details? Is there any alfalfa that you can release for the community right now?
So this is the first time we've like talked about it publicly. So what can I say right now without the other guys involved getting mad at me?
Well, game theory there.
Our Twitter is up, so people can go to our Medium article. If you go to Sunshine Validation on Twitter, you'll find our link tree that's there. Our Discord, Twitter, we have it popped up right here. You can go through all of our social media, and there we will be adding in the next couple of days the Kilowatt Twitter feed to that as well. And if you go to our Medium article, you can actually already find it because it's already listed in there.
Very cool.
And we will leave all links below because that's just something we do. In order for you to do your own research, we make it easy by scrolling down the description, and often it's even timestamped, but recommend you sometimes we get to it. We'll get there eventually, but yes, take a look, do your own research, check out these links. And was there anything else, Matt, you wanted to mention about Sunshine? This is awesome.
Yeah, just you said how people can get involved. The best way to get involved with us right now is we have our Telegram up, and it's new, but it's a pretty active space with us and some people that support us, and it's growing really fast. And that's the best place to get a hold of us and ask the team questions, engage, maybe shoot out some ideas if you heard some of our projects going. And yeah, that's the best way to get involved and support us and stay engaged with what we're up to on a daily basis.
And it's interactive. So if you're into making the world a better place and alternative energy and permaculture projects and sustainable living and carbon sequestration, Telegram channel, Sunshine Validation, these are the boots on the ground. These are the people that are actually building out, creating projects, making the world a better place and doing it. If you'd like to get involved, Telegram's where it's happening. If you'd like to support them and you're in the IBC, on Osmosis or on Chihuahua, you can stake and you can support them. And they've got Regen coming soon. Who knows? Maybe even one day a secret validator. We'll see. But the time is young and the seed is planted, so to speak, and it's just now growing. Hey, Matt, thank you very much for taking the time to tell us more about what you guys are doing. I really appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And
yes, had a blast chatting with you. Love the project, and definitely looking forward to the NFT launch. I'm gonna jump all over that.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
Tell people to follow you guys on Twitter. We will. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's my messages here. Okay, follow them on Twitter and take a look at what's going on. We will follow us on Twitter because we can post things on Twitter faster than we can make videos, and we'll definitely keep you up to date on the latest that's going on with the Kilowatt project, NFT, Sunshine Validation. This is just the beginning. So until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste, y'all.
Thank you.